Hello, all my crafty friends. My name is Amber and I am a close to my heart consultant. And I decided to start a YouTube channel so that I can share with everybody all the fun creations that I make using their product, using their idea books, and just wanted to spread the love that Close to My Heart has. It's an amazing company and I am so happy and proud to be a part of it. I have been a consultant for 11 years now and it's just one of my favorite things to do. So one of my absolutely favorite things to do recently is go look through a catalog and get inspiration. This is our current catalog that you can still purchase items from on my website, scrapwithamber.closetomyheart.com. And when you put an order in on my website, they're going to send you a free catalog. So you'll have one of these in your hands to play with. Now, what I like to do is I like to look at their artwork and get inspiration. Let's take a look at this cover. This cover is gorgeous, and I have recreated this a couple of times, and I'll probably do it again. So look forward to a video on that. But today, I was thumbing through, and I decided that I wanted to mix it up even more. So if we go to page 35 of the catalog, it shows this cute card. Let me just show you guys up close. This cute card that says, "Hello, sweet thing." And I decided to take this as my inspiration, and I'm going to make a 12 by 12 page using this as my inspiration. So let's take a look at how fun that can be. Okay, so I have gone ahead and pre-cut all of my pieces. And when I looked at this card, I just noticed that there is a long skinny piece here. This pink piece looks like it is probably a square. Then there is a banner piece hanging out the bottom. I, in my brain, picture this piece here as my photo. So that is the space I will use for my photo. And then I like that it is double matted. So I did go ahead and do that. So I have my long skinny piece, my square, I have my photo and a photo back. And then I have a small piece that I don't know which side I want to use just yet, but I will go ahead and banner that to stick underneath. And then I have two pieces of paper here. Now this is a mix of retired paper and the current Blue Skies UV coating cardstock. I love this cardstock. If you have not seen it, you want to get your hands on some of it before it's gone. But I love mixing paper packs. I love digging in my stash and getting what I have used up. So let's look and see what I can create using this. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to do some mixed media on this page. And so I'm going to set all of my pieces aside for a moment and concentrate on this white piece of paper. If you look on this card, there are splatters, there's some stamping, and I love all of that. And so I want to incorporate some mixed media on this page. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So a few things that I have are an ink pad that I decided I want to do some smudges on with. And I also have this star stencil that I got from Echo Park, and I love it. So I am going to try to use this star stencil with some of my texture paste as well. But let's start with the smudging. So to do smudges on your pages, very simple. All you need is an ink pad, a water bottle, a spraying water bottle. And this is just a bag that had a round sponge in it. It is plastic. Any kind of packaging should work for you. So what I'm going to do is I have my all-purpose mat down here, and I'm going to rub some ink on my all-purpose mat. Then I'm going to take my spritz bottle, and I'm going to spray that so that it's wet. Next, I am taking my packaging, and I am just pushing it down onto that ink, so that ink is on my paper now. And then I'm just going to lay that down on my paper. And it's going to give me some gray. I used Peter, which is a gray. And I am just going to put it in 3 different spots, kind of around the outside, because I know that all my papers are really going to be in that middle area. And it's okay. The messier, the better. That's what I always say. I like having dirty pages. I like to distress. I like to sand my paper. I like to ink my paper. So all those things are good in my book. So now I'm just going to wipe that down. Wipe off my all-purpose mat, which is fantastic about this. And you can see this gray is kind of going a little bit a purple tone almost, but I'm okay with that. I like it. I like the messy look of it. So it doesn't take long for that to dry. So we're just going to fan it a little. And then I'm going to take my stencil here. I have the opaque matte texture paste. And then I have my little spatulas. And I do like using this one the most. It has kind of a diamond shape to it. I don't know why. That's just what I like to use. So what I'm going to do is I love white on white. And so you can color your texture paste, but I'm not going to. I think that it works just fine not being colored. So I'm going to take a little bit out and I'm going to slide it onto my mat. I love having this all-purpose mat for all sorts of different mediums. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to close my jar to make sure that it doesn't get dried out. So I'm just going to take some, and you can use some washi tape to hold down your stencil, but I like messy things, and so it doesn't bug me that much. So I'm going to hold down my stencil. I have some texture paste on my knife here, and I'm going to push down and just smear it away from me. Now this is like the texture of frosting almost, and so it's really easy to play with and really fun. So I am pushing it down. It's kind of thick, and then I take my knife back over it and scrape it. You don't want it too thick. You want it kind of thin, and so that's why you kind of go over thick and then do a scrape. Okay, I have no idea what this is going to turn out to be like, but I am just excited. So I'm just going to do a little bit kind of in the areas that I have this smudging with the ink. And again, I'm just moving it without cleaning. My stencil, I'm just going to go and smear some more. Now that white is going to show up better on my smudging, but I want it to go past the smudging as well. Because like I said, I love white on white. Oh, I love it. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit here in this corner. Take up some more of that paste. And I'm just scraping it across. Okay, I love it. Now I can pick up the rest of this paste and put it back in my jar if I want, or you can use a baby wipe to clean your stuff up. I do recommend wiping up your stuff immediately. It is going to come off, but it will come off easier if we clean it as we go. So just going to wipe up my mat. Set this aside for a second and just wipe up my stencil. Okay, let's get one more. Actually, gonna get a Clorox wipe. Clorox wipes, baby wipes, they all work. Okay, we're just cleaning off our stencil. And our mat. It's kind of like when you're cooking, right? Clean up as you go. Okay, just gonna set that aside. Now this does take a few minutes to dry. So as I am letting that dry, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all of my pieces here and I want to ink them. So just gonna wipe up some of that moisture off of my mat. Let's see, I have mini inks that are left over from back in the day because I want to use up my stash, right? And I'm just going to take and rub that across all the edges of my page. I love the way this makes your paper look. Kind of defines your paper so they don't get lost in each other. And I just think it's a really cool effect to do. Especially on a boy page, I just feel like it gives it that much more oomph. Okay, so with this piece, I'm just going to fold it in half and pinch it at one end. Then I'm going to take my scissors and to the open, cut it diagonal to give me that banner look. And I'm not quite sure, let's see here. This is kind of going to go like this. Do I want that side or the gray side? I think let's go with this plaid side. I do like this plaid. So again, I'm just going to ink my edges. And a really fun technique, so if you have a banner like this, if you fold it like that, you're going to get into that crevice a lot better without getting ink everywhere. Okay, so next, let's glue down my photo. I'm just doing as much as I can while my page is drying because I can. So this piece right here is just tucked underneath my photo. So all I'm going to do is put a little bit of adhesive there and kind of just eyeball it because my measurements aren't going to be the same, especially because this is a card, right? Okay, so I do have some embellishments from my stash here. And I have some of this sapphire crochet thread. And I like how they have something tied around right there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this thread and I'm going to tie it around my photo. Just going to wrap it a few times. And then I'm just going to tie a knot. Maybe. Okay, I'm going to trim that. And then I'm just going to slide it down where I want it because I don't want it over his sparkly mini, right? And then we'll trim that, pull it tight. Probably need to double knot that. Okay, and a really good thing to do so that your string doesn't move and it stays exactly where you want it is just to give it a couple of staples. And then that adds another embellishment to your page and just a fun little look with having purpose. Okay, I'm going to put that away. And I think I am about ready to start gluing some of this down. So let's take and put some adhesive on our blue paper. Now this is a retired color, outdoor denim, just because I knew it matched that other paper really well. But you could use sapphire, which would go really well. Okay. Just touching it. Yep, it's pretty dry. And then I'm just going to eyeball. I am not a perfectionist, obviously, since my smudging and my stars were just kind of on there. Right? Okay, so now I can play with my pieces and see where I want those stars hanging out, right? I kind of like the idea of this being open so that I can put my title there. So I'm just going to lay that there for you guys to see and then show you again my inspiration and what this is looking on like on a 12 by 12. I love this. Okay. Okay, I did pull out some fun foam because I want to pop up my photo, and I feel like that's the best way to pop up a photo and have the whole thing popped up by using a little bit of fun foam. Okay, I'm just going to cut a little bit more to be down here on this piece because it's already connected to my photo. Okay. And then I'm just going to take my photo and put it down right there. How cute is that? Okay, so I have my title here, which now that I'm doing this, I don't think it's gonna fit. These are our foam stickers. You guys, I'm obsessed with our foam stickers. So obsessed, I have so many packages. And I love to take and to spell out my title here because then I can move it around and see where I want it or how I want it. It actually might be really cute right there on the side. What do you guys think? I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to roll with it. We're just doing it. So I'm just going to take and start putting these on. So my favorite thing to do with these letters is to use my markers and color them. But we will see what this looks like with having them white. Or if I should color them. You know, it'd be cute is to do my journaling down here. So now that my base is done of my page, I'm just kind of rolling with what I have and what I want to use and going with it. So I do have this cute stamp. It's called On Repeat. That's available on my website right now. It's all about Corona. It says, not today, Corona, making memories, keeping our social distance, daily routine on repeat, coronavirus 2020, has a little coronavirus. But I love these little plus signs and this little arrow here. So that's what I want to use. And let's do the arrows first. So I'm just going to put it on my block here. I'm going to pull out my Versamat so that I can stamp. And then I just have this ink pad here, so I'll just use this since that's what I've already used. And we're just going to stamp it in a couple of spots because I think that's going to just add a little bit to it that's going to be really cute. I like to do things in groups of 3. Okay. This is our stamp chamois. If you go check out my first video ever, it will show you all about our stamp chamois and how much I love it. Okay, so let's put that away. And we'll grab these little plus sign things, or X's, or whatever you want to call them. And we're just going to throw a little bit of those in there as well, in random spots. just because I think they're adorable. And it's a fun way to add stamping to your layouts, which I'll be honest, I don't do a lot of. So whenever I can try to squeeze some stamping in, I will. Okay. This is turning out super cute. Clean that, put it away. I love that our stamps are clear so I can see where I am stamping. Okay, so I just have a few more embellishments that I pulled out. Just a few things that I'm trying to get rid of. Ooh, those would be cute. We're doing it. I don't even care. Do a couple right there. Maybe a couple pointing at our title here. Why not? And then I can throw that away. Yoo-hoo! I used up something in my stash. I feel like I should have a bell and ring it every time that happens. Okay, so I don't know if I want to add any of this to it. Maybe kind of just auditioning it. You know what? I think I'm going to leave it. I think I'm going to leave it. So now all I need to do is add some journaling. And I think I'm going to be done with this page. So what do you guys think? There's my page. There's my inspiration. Easy as that. Don't throw your catalogs away. Keep them because so much inspiration in there, you guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and watch for more. Thanks, guys.